I just wanted to touch back bases on this video with the little bro who was in court with the lawyer. He kept telling the lawyer to shut up, so I did want to run that back one time.
I shot every one of them people in their head. They not making it back. My cousin, who was supposed to die, that dude that hit the floor, oh yeah, he died. A lot of people were shot in the head, sir, and went back up right in front of my face. The people that were supposedly killed, they didn't die. Nobody died, obviously, right?
Well, one person did. You do have one count.
Nah, nobody died, sir. How can you put someone in jail that's fighting something that you can't see? When I was on the highway driving, it's 3 cars. What's the devil's number? 6, right? It's 3 cars that pop up. 1, 2, 3. I shot every one of them people. Nah, shut up, man. Let me talk. I can't talk to the judge, bro. I'm talking what I can, what my heart need to tell whoever listening, bro. Okay, let me talk. Okay, I don't even need you, sir. I ain't gonna lie to you. I do not need you. Please, I don't need. Can you please tell me shut up, judge, please? I can't even talk. He's not even. Thank you, sir. I'm fighting something I can't even see. I see it at night. I see it now looking at you. I don't know how to fight it, sir. When I was in Stony Brook, sir, and I had that gun, that wasn't my gun, first off. I'm talking to that dude right there, the judge right there. I'm talking to him. I'm not worried about nothing what nobody's saying. I'm talking to him. I need to get this off my heart.
Mr. Gibson, we're going to be done for now. So you don't have any bonds, you don't have any attorneys.
I shot every.
So little do most people know, right? So especially dealing with like incarceration or what they call criminal behavior, a lot of that is mental health. Majority of it is, right? So back in the days, anybody who engaged in criminal activity was considered to have a mental disability. It is not like that no more in today's time, but it's the same thing. So back then they would say you was criminally insane. They were saying you was mentally not where you supposed to be. And when dealing with incarceration, and anybody who's actually done time can tell you, like, a lot of people in there are not mentally stable or where they're supposed to be. Even people who seem like they're fine and where they're regular, well, not regular, but they seem fine and more stable. So when you see situations like this where he's in court and where he's saying, like, he's clearly giving you all of the signs. So a mental health specialist can break this down. Like, I'm not a mental health specialist, but I do understand mental health. I did study it. I do work right now in the behavioral health field, so I'm familiar with a mental health issue. So he's clearly showing schizophrenia. Like, that's just one of the many things that he's showing is schizophrenia, and then all of the other things that come about with schizophrenia. So the frustration that come about, the delusion, and all these other things. And I don't necessarily know what all led him up to the point of them doing what they did, according to what he's saying, what he's admitting to. I'm not sure about that, but it was steps. It's a series of different things. So most people in incarceration are dealing with, most people incarcerated are either ID or DD. So they're dealing with either an intellectual disability or a developmental disability. And it shows in the graduation records. It shows in the number of people in school. It shows in the number of people who have education in prison. Like, all of it shows, the signs are there that a lot of this stuff is mental health based, and that just gets swept under the rug. It's not studied. It's not put to the forefront. It's not really properly addressed the way it should be. And that's a shame, because ultimately at the end of the day, people still have to get back out of prison that have a release date, even if it's a extended release date, 30 years, 40 years. Well, what happens if the person so happens to live for the 30, 40 years and makes it back out? You're still going to have to deal with that. You're still going to see that person. That person's going to still be there. These are things that have to be addressed and need to be addressed. Is mentally, how do you get them back to where they're supposed to be, or where are they at mentally? What's wrong? What are the things that he was dealing with before they was incarcerated? What was their environment like? All of these things plays a part, which is why I had came up with the mental health societal reintegration model, because it addresses that. These things really need to be studied. They need to be taken into account, especially when creating these programs that's for people returning back to society from being incarcerated. Like, is a real thing. Like, this really needs to be addressed.